Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a super delicious treat for those of you who like to have a sweet treat during the day as a dessert or an afternoon snack. You are definitely going to love it. This recipe is amazing because it has very few carbs, no sugar, and no flour of any kind to give it texture, and it turns out delicious. You don't even need to cook it. It's very easy to make. If you're looking for a little sweet treat to fit into your healthy routine, I'm sure you're going to love this. Stick around until the end because you won't want to miss it. Before we start this recipe, I want to ask, if you have the habit of eating chocolate, what's your favorite kind of chocolate? Is it white chocolate? Is it milk chocolate? Is it dark chocolate? Write it for me down below in the comments. I would love to see your answer. Go ahead and leave a like on the video. That really helps me out here on the channel. And if you know someone who loves chocolate and wants to add it to their healthy routine, share this video. To get the ingredients, there are just a few, right? But for the exact amounts and everything, take a look here in the description. Look, the first ingredient I have here is cottage cheese. Remember that cottage cheese is a very lean cheese. It's high in protein and has plenty of calcium, so it's a great option. You can use ricotta if you want, you can use cream cheese if you prefer, or you can even use my homemade white cheese recipe that I've already shared here on the channel, which only needs milk and lemon to make. If you haven't seen that recipe yet, it's amazing. So it's really up to you. I just suggest that you use a white cheese, a leaner cheese, to help balance out the calories in the recipe. And here's an interesting detail about cheeses. When cheeses fall apart, like cottage cheese or ricotta, those cheeses that don't hold their shape very well, it shows us that they have less fat, especially saturated fat, right? So it ends up being better for our health. To blend here together with the cottage cheese, I'm going to add 100% cocoa. Remember that cocoa is very rich in fiber. Sometimes you ask me, Patricia, I saw the nutritional information for this recipe. Where are you getting the fiber from? It's from the cocoa. Cocoa has a lot of fiber, many antioxidants, and it even contains substances that help with good mood and well-being. So it ends up being an excellent addition to our daily routine. Remember that cocoa is completely different from chocolate drink mix. Chocolate drink mix contains milk, chocolate drink mix contains sugar, but cocoa is 100% pure cocoa, okay? So it will have more polyphenols, more bioactive compounds, and much less carbohydrate than powdered chocolate or chocolate drink mix. Remember that cocoa is low carb, so if you follow a low carb diet, this is an interesting tip for you to know. I'm going to stop talking here for a moment because I'm going to blend this. I'm just going to lower it a bit first so chocolate powder doesn't fly everywhere. See, it creates this little cloud. So now I'm going to start blending, and when it's creamy, I'll come back so we can add the last ingredient. Hold on. So I've blended it well here. It turns into this kind of cream. If you want to use a blender, you can. If you want to mash it with a fork and then mash it more with a spoon, that works too. Now I'm going to do the following. I have some 70% chocolate here and I'm going to melt it. You can melt it in a double boiler or in the microwave, which is what I'm going to do 30 seconds at a time until it's nice and liquid and creamy. Then we'll mix in the other ingredients. Just wait a moment. So look, I melted the chocolate in the microwave. It's really convenient. Remember that chocolate, when it has 70% or more cocoa, obviously has a higher concentration of this ingredient and is healthier for us. In fact, the chocolate I'm using here doesn't have any sugar, so if that's something you care about, check the label as well. Nowadays, there are already several options like this on the market, and chocolate with 70% cocoa is also more interesting for us because it has more fiber, fewer net carbs, and so on. So now I'm going to add our cottage cheese and cocoa mixture to the chocolate and give everything a good stir. So look, I'm scraping it here. I'll transfer it over and mix it well. Just a moment. Now let's incorporate this delicious mixture here. Look at this. My mouth is watering. I'm going to mix it really, really well until everything is nice and smooth, and then I'll tell you what the next step is, which is super easy. Look at this creaminess. Look, I grabbed a glass baking dish here and lined it with parchment paper so I can unmold it easily later. I'm going to transfer the mixture over here. Look at this consistency, it's amazing. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge to set. It will have a consistency kind of like fudge, almost like a truffle, you know? Just look at this. So I'm going to finish everything up here, smooth it out, make it look nice, and soon I'll be back with it all ready for us to try. Hang on. I've already taken it out of the fridge, and just to show you, since we used the parchment paper, look, it ends up being really easy. So I'm going to take it out, unmold it, and I'll be back. Hang on. I'm back, I've already cut it, and this mixture is amazing. You could even make truffles with it if you wanted. Look how it turns out. Make this at home, you're definitely going to love it. Look, I'm going to show you the texture. Just look at how amazing this is. Look, go ahead and make it. Remember to like the video, that really helps me out here on the channel, and share it with anyone you think will enjoy it. Let's spread this chain of kindness together. That's what I want for the channel. So creamy, super chocolatey. It even looks like something from a fancy bakery. Make it at home. See you next time. Bye.